of 50. That gives us a total of, how's it guys, Justin here, and welcome back to another video of Justin on Cars. And guys, today we have this beautiful 3.3 liter inline 6 turbocharged diesel Mazda CX-60 Takumi. Yes, that Takumi actually stands for something, and we'll get into that just now. But I've been so excited to review this car because it's such a different look, eh? This new coder design, or not new coder design, but the coder design of Mazda really puts passion and soul into metal, and I really love that about them. They work a lot on making the driver feel very comfortable with his or her car. Started from the Miata, of course, the coder design has been something that they really worked on. So we are starting something new on this channel where we're going to give a smile rating on this vehicle. So we're going to go from the driving feel, the design and style, the tech and features, the comfort and practicality, and then last but not least, the value for money. We're going to give them a score out of 10 each, so a total score out of 50, and that's going to give us a smile rating. And obviously at the end of each video of every single car that we review, we will have a smile rating for each and every one of them with a percentage, so that you can see what I've enjoyed about each and every car, just to put them in a certain segment so that you guys can see what is the best, what is better here, what's not better here, and what the actual feel about every single car is. So let's start off with the Mazda CX-60. Yes, this is my guinea pig. Can you imagine that? Oh, sorry, guinea pig. So Takumi actually stands for skilled or artisan, really just keeping the heritage of artisans throughout the generations of Japan. That is very nice to know that they utilize this inside the Mazda CX-60. But let's start off with the design and style. I must just make sure that I don't walk off here, so I must just always have a look at where I'm going, because you can see it's quite high. Something very different in front. Like, I love the side profile of this car. It's kind of strange because it's got a long bonnet because of that inline 6, the 20-inch wheels, and then it's got this nice sloping roof design, but not too sloping. It just goes straight down, so it gives that proper SUV feel, but it kind of looks like a big shoe. So in front over here, that looks very premium. Looking at the side over here, I like that flat nose, but this, I don't know, there's something different here for me, something that I can't properly put my finger on, and I'm not too sure if I really like this small light over here with this indent over there. I'm not too sure. It is growing on me because from a distance it does look very, very beautiful. You'll see that the Takumi has a complete different design on the grille, so it don't get the normal honeycomb look and feel. So you get them in 8 different colors. This one is in the radium white. You also get the Arctic white. Check this inline 6 over here. They all come standard in 20-inch wheels. It's only the Takumi with a different shape, with a diamond cut look on it. Let's move to the back over here. I love the design of the back. It's a very sleek look, very almost, I don't know, it's more Lexus than Mazda at the end of the day, eh? Talking about premiumness, yo, look at how this white shines here in the sun. Look at it from the side here. You can see it's got that proper Mazda design to it. Let's quickly check at the bottom over here. Ah, these are fake exhaust tips. Can you imagine? This is the first time I'm actually looking at this, but yeah, fake exhaust tips, probably going to sit there underneath there. Let's quickly open up the boot. So yes, this one does have the automatic kick function. There it opens up. 477 liters of boot space. You can push these seats flat down to get that extra bit of boot space. And then of course at the bottom over here, how do I open this? You get an 18-inch Mari Biscuit spare wheel, and then there's your Bose subwoofer over there. 12-speaker Bose system inside this vehicle, eh? And it really packs a punch. And then of course if you pull these levers over here, check there, seat folds flat down. There we go. Go, 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 go. Also folds flat down, and then of course on the other side as well. So what is that? A 40-20-40 split? Yes, there we go. Okay, I can press the button, but why would I want to do that? Oh yes, something you have to be very careful of something you have to be very careful of is when I actually want to get something out of the boot, I must not put my foot underneath. Check here. See, there it goes. You must just be very careful of that, guys, because it will knock you out. No, it probably won't. I haven't tested that out. You get a 58-litre fuel tank. They claim about 4.9 litres per 100 kilometers. We are currently sitting at about 7.2, which is not bad. But yeah, I know for a fact it can be a lot better. I think for design and style, sure, I don't know. It's a difficult one. It's a beautiful car. I don't think it's my complete favorite design. It's not like when I saw the Mazda 3 the first time I was like, I'm going to buy that car. So I think for design and style, I will most probably give this. I mean, there's some prettier cars out there. Hey, look at that. It is a pretty car, but I think I'm going to give it a 6 today. So for design and style, I'm giving this a solid 6. Then let's quickly move into the back. So I'm going to open my door. Well, let's first unlock with my keyless entry. So I put my hand in. There we go. Now let's jump in. Oh, come on. Let's unlock it twice. Is it unlocked now? Yes. Oh geez, I still have my target in here. We will go through that. That's my grouping of my shots. Yo. Anyway, not too bad, not too bad. I would be very scared if you break into my house. But in any case, let's push these seats flat back. Oh, there we go. Look at the space here at the back. Just look at the door as well. And that's the other thing about the Kodo design, is also using proper materials. So definitely proper leather. They do say wood and all of that, but this is not wood. I don't know. This is, yeah, it's not aluminium. It is a plastic, but it's a very, very durable plastic. You can feel that because it definitely does look like aluminium. Soft touch over here, soft touch leather over here, soft touch, very soft touch leather over here. Love these door handles, and they are, yo, that is very solid. Love this brown stitching as well. And then of course you get a hard plastic here, but it's also a very soft plasticky touch to it. Very, very nice. Then into the back over here, map holder over there, and then I also get two USB-C ports. What's that? Poverty buttons. You can probably plug a 12-volt socket in the air vents at the back. It's only dual climate control, guys, so you don't get the climate controls at the back, but at least you do get the air ventilation. Napa leather with these beautiful plush seats. Isofix is a standard, and when I pull this flat down, oh, there we go. 2 cup holders, and also a very, very nice and soft armrest. Let me quickly jump in and show you the space at the back. Oh, okay, this is a bit of a tight squeeze over here, I have to say. So I have to kind of jump in not to knock my butt over there. The space here at the back, this is my driving position, not completely, because as soon as I jump in, it actually recognizes my face, which we'll get into now, and it will push the seat a bit forward to get into my driving position. So it moves the seat backwards for comfort entry. But even at this, it is very, very comfortable. These seats are nice and soft. I like the fact that it actually hugs me here at the back with my lower back. So for long distance driving, my back doesn't do this. Just gives me nice support here at the back. But there's plenty of room in here. It is a bit tight. It's not the best, but it's okay. I mean, nice and soft here. Pull this flat down here. Want to see? Yeah, it's actually quite comfortable. The soft touches over here also make it very comfortable. So if I sit like this, I can really travel a very long distance. I actually enjoy this. This is not bad at all. Got a little reading light over here. Massive sunroof here in the front. I don't know why it's got this big block here in the middle. Probably for roof support. But yeah, not too bad. Nothing too fancy at the back here. It smells very nice. But yeah, let's jump into the front and see what happens there, where all the magic happens. Simply put my hand in here, it unlocks. There you can see. Okay, same thing with this door over here, same materials. This does feel nice and cool in the mornings, but also soft touch here, soft touches everywhere. I like this silver lining over here. It just gives that premium feel to it. Plastic over here, but it's also that soft, nice feeling plastic. lumbar support, and 8-way adjustable electric seats with lumbar support. And these are beautiful seats. Look at how soft and plush they are, like this gold trim in here in the middle. The design is very beautiful in this car. You can see it's very simple design as well, and very, very premium. Like all the materials that you touch, we will jump in now to show you everything, but they are very solid, no squeaks and rattles. I mean, there's even leather on the dash over here. So this is a hard like plastic at the bottom, but it's a nice leather touch. You can see there's some bronze brown over there as well. So the attention to detail has been really thought through, and there's a soft touch over there. But it really is a beautiful design. I love that simplicity. But let's jump in quickly and show you what the space is all about. At least this is much easier to get into. So as soon as I switch on my vehicle, it's going to read my face, and you're going to see, check, it's pushing my seat forward again. See, welcome Justin. Putting my mirrors where it needs to be. You'll see the steering wheel is also going to move now. Now that's very nice. I love that feature, but it doesn't work that well for me because this ain't my driving position. I feel too close for comfort over here. This airbag is going to knock me in my face. I'm just going to do this for the sun. So I actually have my memory seat setting on 1 over here. So I'm going to press that, and I'm going to get into my driving position. Okay. There we go. You can see I like it low to the ground. Okay. But when I am in my driving position, guys, you do absolutely get the best driving position. Everything here is symmetrical. I don't feel like I'm sitting awkwardly or anything like that. I'm sitting very symmetrical, looking straight in front of me. The steering wheel is in the perfect position. I can see everything on my screen here, everything on my heads-up display. It also pushes your heads-up display to the correct height to make it easier for you. But everything, the layout, everything is easy to reach. Even the furthest button is easy to reach over here. It's just a phenomenal seating position, and these seats are very comfortable and soft. Funny thing is, I don't get heated seats. I only get cooled seats. And some mornings in winter, I really want the heated seats, eh? I don't know why they don't give that to me. But in any case, let me give it a score. So let me tell you guys, for comfort and practicality, so the boot is not the biggest boot in the world. It is okay, 477 liters. It's not too bad, but it's not the biggest out there. But I think for comfort and practicality, the rear seats also a little bit, it's nice when you're sitting in there, but it's difficult to get in and out. Do get a little bit of a bumpness. So I would probably give it, I'm going to give it a solid 7. 7 just because a higher score for the comfortability of the car, but it takes down a little bit on the score because of the practicality. That is the only thing that that brings down the score a little bit. But let's quickly have a look at the tech and features of the Mazda CX-60. Seems like I'm always seated in the wrong position for the bloody sun, but in any case, at least the sun is not that bright today. Starting from the door over here, you can also see that there is a lot of attention to detail here. Look at all the stitching, and look at how soft your armrest is over here. Just a beautiful machine. You also get a lot of driver assistances, which we'll go through. See, everything is moving now. It picked up my name. It's going to say, well, it said welcome Justin, but let's give it a start. Yo, you can hear that diesel starting up, eh? CX-60. Yo, guys, you can change this as well. We'll go through that just now. And yeah, just excuse this. I'm not going to take it off. We still need that when you take the car out for a drive. But I love the simplicity of the vehicle. It's very, very simple. Yes, it is for some people maybe a little bit too simple. I'm going to put the aircon on because it is hot in here. Go, 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 and sync. Thank you very much. Obviously with my setting, I didn't set that with my driver profile, so every time I get in, it's a little bit wonky. I still need to play around with that a little bit more. But look at this camera system. Look at how beautiful it is. It's just unfortunate it is not touchscreen. I have to physically use my buttons over here to go through everything on the screen. So let's do a full 360, a full front view. Let's go to 360 surround, and then let's go to smaller front, well, full front view. Let's go to the side views, and then let's go back. Let's put it into reverse. Let's see the reverse camera. It's very, very nice. And when I put it into reverse, you can see my mirror also moves down, so I can see the curb next to me. So unfortunately, it's not like the American, it's not like the other countries, whereas when I am in Apple CarPlay, it is touchscreen. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that. This is not touchscreen at all. But here I can go and set quite a few things. So in-vehicle display, so my heads-up display here in front, you guys will most probably not see that now. You can see a little bit of it. I mean, there's your heads-up display over there, but you can change the way that is set up as well. So active driving display, that is for your heads-up display, so the height and everything, it shows my street names and everything. Center display, display off, day night mode, okay. Brightness, show drive results at ignition off, okay. And then instrument cluster display, this is where I can also set this, so I can have it in this setting over here. So you'll see if I go into sport, check what it looks like. See, it changes to redness. So let's go back into normal. Now let me change the center display over here. So I'm going to go always show i-Activeness display. That's currently on, that's your i-Activeness. The i-Activeness is obviously all of the driver assistance systems that you get in this car. So I'm going to switch that off. Now I get my standard circular dials, and I kind of like that. Why not? But it is kind of boring because I'm getting used to all these new tech and digital clusters and all of that. But it's pretty cool when you put it into sport, because check this now. Zoom, goes red, and then you're going to see the big dial is also in a sportier setting. And then when you go into off-road, you get this sandy dunes sort of setting. Check there. Hey, kind of looks pretty cool, eh? And then of course in the middle you will get your compass over there. But other than that, going back to the tech and spec, I'm going to go back into my always show i-Activeness. I'll show you guys this driver recognition as well just now. So I want to quickly show you a few features that I have on the screen. So my info, I can see my i-Activ sensors over there by clicking the info button over here. And then I have it off. My information, obviously, like my fuel consumption, where I'm currently sitting at 7.4. Cruise control on the right hand side, left hand side is all my media, auto wipers and auto headlights. So that's all a standard on all the derivatives. And then on the side over here, there's my memory seats over there. I can switch my active start stop off and on, so my iStop, PDC over there, and then of course my traction control, which is quite nice. On this side I'll also have my camera system. By simply pressing the button, I jump straight to my camera. Funny that they put the camera there and the PDC there. Okay. I can also put my radars off over here. So a simple click just to switch off all the radars. See, now it's off or back on again. Come on, back on. Okay, there we go. Everything is back on again. So for my blind spot monitoring, checking the cars behind me, around me, all of that. Wireless charging here in the middle, and then of course I've got auto hold over here. And like I said, no touchscreen. You have to utilize this wheel to maneuver everything on your center console over there. And then I've got a little button over here for my volume, which, check, listen to this. How nice is that, guys? Like I say, wireless charging there. Then I get some cup holders in here, a nice cubby over here. Not too big, but it's okay. I mean, it's more than what you really need. I like the fact that I can open and close my sunroof. Look at how funny the sunroof is. Pops up so high, and then it stays like this. Clunk, checker. Huh? How is that? That's a very interesting sunroof. I've never seen that in my whole life. And then of course you can also close the blind. Simple touch, you leave it, it closes all the way through. Sunglass holder over here. It's just a lot of things that you get in this car. A nice cubby or center armrest in the middle with 2 USB-C ports. Yeah, I mean, what more do you need at the end of the day? Let's go back into my system settings. I want to quickly see safety settings. Let's go driver assistance systems. Okay. Mazda radar cruise control, audible cruise confirmation. There's all your speed limiters. Then I also get safety alerts, so visual and audible, steering wheel vibration, must it push you back, must it not push you back, collision avoidance. There we can also see smart brake support rear. I don't know how that works. Enable smart brake support rear to alert and intervene when collision is imminent. That's interesting. I don't want to try that. Smart brake support, what is that? They enable smart brake support to alert and intervene when collision is imminent. So that's from the front. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, there's everything. Driver monitoring, view monitoring, parking sensors, pedal misuse. That's when you press the brake and the accelerator at the same time. Guys, there's so many settings on here. You must just go around and play with everything to get your perfect setting in your vehicle. When I go home, you can also see Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I want to actually go into my settings. I want to actually go into sound. Let's just quickly have a look at the audio settings. Okay, everything is just pretty normal. I want to put the bass there, put my treble there. I want the fader, everything must be on all seats. And then of course, I want my Bose center point to be everywhere in the car audio pilot everywhere in the car, because this sound system packs a punch. It really packs a punch. It is absolutely phenomenal. Navigation standard on this vehicle as well, very easy to use. The only funny thing is it's like a 2013 BMW where I have to use my wheelie to go through to actually select the street address. So this kind of takes time. So let's say I want to go to Table Mountain. That's a long word, right? You see where I'm going with this. It's gonna take some time, guys. What is this little world over here? English, Spanish. No, thank you. Do I have voice recognition? Let's try that.
Say a command.
Take me to Table Mountain.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Take me to navigation.
Sorry, I didn't understand your request. Say help for additional assistance.
Help! Help!
Sorry, I couldn't
Cancel.
understand your request.
Cancel.
Voice recognition.
Cancel. Thank you very much. Anyway, so that doesn't work that well. I don't know how that works. You probably have to just figure it out. Anyway, it's not my best friend, I guess. Let me quickly show you this face recognition, because that is pretty cool. That's something that me and Megan will definitely utilize quite a lot when we swap drivers every now and then. So I'm going to push my seat all the way down, all the way to the back. I'm going to push this all the way to the top. Now I'm going to do a new driver profile. So settings, let's go to driver personalization systems, add new driver. Okay, press OK. Now I'm 174 centimeters, but I'm going to put a 176 2 centimeters because of my 2 centimeters on my shoe. So I'm going to go 176. Remove sunglasses or obstructions. Okay, that's fine. So start. It's moving my mirrors, my seat, steering wheel, my heads-up display also moved. Okay. Now this feels much better. I should have done that since the beginning. Put extra 2 centimeters. Okay. Save. Now I'm going to have to look to the left and right. Okay. Okay. Driver recognition complete. So let's test that out. I'm going to say save. Driver 2. Okay. I'm going to test it out, guys. Let's go out. Now we need to jump back into the car and see if that actually works. Okay, it should read my face. Welcome, driver 2. Now that's very nifty. So I start up the vehicle and I am in my perfect driving position, like you can see. How nifty is that, guys? Pretty cool, eh? So I think for tech and features, that's a difficult one, because to me, I love a lot of tech, but I also don't like too much tech. So for me, this is very nice because it's very simple to use, very easy to use. But if you look at today's world, where everything is full of technology, it kind of lacks in that department. I mean, a lot of people will go for something at the same price point with a smaller engine just because of a lot of tech. So yeah, it's a very difficult one for me. But I think this is a pretty cool feature. The simplicity makes it very nice and easy to use. That is something that I do like. But it does remind me a lot of a 9-year-old, 10-year-old BMW, for instance, with the same sort of tech. Yeah, it's got all the tech that you need on the driver assistance side. So I think I'm going to give it a solid 7 because I like the simplicity. It's my personal opinion. I like that. So I'm going to give it a 7 just because there's a lot of things that it doesn't have, like the touchscreen and all of that. But I think a solid 7 is where we need to be with the tech and features. Now let's go out, have a look at the engine, and then we take this beast out for a drive and feel what it feels like out there on the road. And at least it's got suspension, because I think this would have been quite a heavy bonnet. Like I mentioned, you get 2 engine derivatives. So this is the 3.3 litre inline 6 turbocharged diesel engine, pushing out 187 kilowatts and 550 newton meters of torque. Mated with an 8-speed automatic gearbox, they claim you get about 4.9 liters per 100 kilometers. And they also claim a 0 to 100 in 7.3 seconds, which is not bad for a diesel engine with a lot of torque, a little bit less kilowatts, and also for a big body like this. This is also mated with a 48 volt mild hybrid battery, so that really helps or assists with the pulling away of the vehicle when the vehicle has the start stop, and also boosting that fuel efficiency to get it as low as possible. You also do get the 2.5 liter with 141 kilowatts and 261 newton meters of torque. They all come standard with a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty and service plan. So I think that's enough of the engine. I think let's get this baby out on the road and feel what it feels like out there. We will start off by driving the Mazda through town. Basically going to be in town most of the distance that we travel, but I just want to explain to you guys how this car feels. So I'm getting to a stop here now, a dead standstill. Wonder if you guys are going to hear this. You can't hear it now, but every now and then I've got this funny underlining sound here at the bottom. I'm not sure if it's the hybrid system or if it's the gearbox or if it's just maybe this car. I'm not too sure, meaning this car, if it's just this one. I'm not too sure what exactly that is, but I have this underlining feeling, almost like it seems like something is running dry. You know, like when gears run dry, they go. I get this sense when I get to a standstill or when I go at lower speeds, lower revs, and the car starts changing gears. I don't know, I can even feel it on my brake pedal. It feels like something is hooking or something. I'm not sure, but that's a very small thing. And when it's cold in the morning, I can actually hear the brakes squeal against the discs, the brake pads against the disc. I can actually hear that. So when I apply the brake, it's like a very loud noise, especially in the morning or at night when the road is quiet. And the beach looks very nice today. It's just a pity it's so cold. It's just a funny feeling, like that's the only complaint I have with driving this car. That's the only thing. And this diesel engine is a little bit noisy when you're also traveling at a lower speed and you put your foot down and you get that underlining sort of grrr, grrr. It feels like something is going grrr. It's a very strange thing. I don't know, it's very strange. I haven't noticed that in any other vehicle before, so I immediately noticed that driving in the Mazda. But other than that, this 3.3 liter inline 6 turbocharged diesel engine with 187 kilowatts is a phenomenal engine. Let's be honest. The way they design this driving, or the driving capabilities of this car, what do they call it? Jinba Itai. I mean, that basically means horse and rider as one. So that's how they work out with this car. With Mazda, so they call it Jinba Itai, and horse and rider as one, meaning they can do so much more with the metal of the vehicle. It mustn't just be a metal box, if that makes sense. The driver and the vehicle need to speak to one another, and I have to say Mazda really gets that right. They started with that with the Miata, and you know how people love the Miata. Miata. I love these Japanese names. It's actually pretty cool. But they work a lot on aesthetics and design language with a specific vehicle, with your Kodo design and what's the other one, the Takumi design and everything. It's actually very, very cool how they really work on making the driver or the person owning this vehicle feel special. And I have to say, I really appreciate that, and I can see how Mazda is doing that. Like, honestly, since my Mazda 3 that I had, that Mazda CX-60 that I drove, the vehicle is really so in tune with the driver, your driving position, everything fits and sits well. Like the way I'm seated, the only thing I would have liked is if the seat bolsters went a little bit in, but other than that, everything else, like my view, my range of view is spectacular. I can see everything around me. I don't have any kind of blind spots. If I turn my head, I can actually see what's going on behind me, even on this side. So there's nice 360 surround view without the cameras, even though it does have 360 surround view. Everything is just situated where it should be. Your elbows, it's very soft here on the elbows, so very comfortable. The seats are comfortable, soft touches everywhere. The materials that they use inside the vehicle is very beautiful. It smells nice in here. I don't know how they get it right, but it's got Napa leather, but it still smells like a Mazda. Like when I get into a CX-30, for instance, it kind of has the same Mazda smell. From normal to sport, you can feel that difference in the setting. Your suspension firms up a little bit. So it's a very, very nice drive. We're going to give it some beans just now, and you're going to see my neck pull away, and you're going to see how responsive this 8-speed automatic gearbox really is. It's quite quick, and it really packs a punch, like 550 newtons. So look at this. Yo, and it's got a very throaty 6-cylinder diesel engine, eh? Like you can hear that. It sounds very familiar. This diesel engine reminds me a lot of the 3-liter diesel engine in the X5 BMW. And let me tell you, for this price, it's a difficult choice. Like, guys, it's a difficult one. Price wise, for 1.1 million rand, you can get a 2-liter diesel X3, and for just below 1.1, I can have this 3.3-liter diesel CX-60. So it's a difficult one because this car really drives very well. Like, I honestly enjoy it so much. The steering is responsive. You see there, whoa, it swerves me around. It doesn't feel like the conventional SUV where as soon as you tilt the steering, see there is a bit of body roll, but it's very direct and it brings me back very, very quickly. It's not just it's just a Japanese thing at the end of the day, I guess. They're very responsive with their vehicles, but it's not your conventional SUV feel where you get a lot of body roll or the vehicle is going to tilt, especially with the rear suspension. I don't feel like I'm sitting up too high. I feel like I'm very planted into the ground. And I feel like when I turn the steering wheel, the car really maneuvers around quite steadily. There is one concern at the back though. It is a very firm, bumpier ride compared to like your conventional SUV. So where a conventional SUV will be a little bit more floaty, and you're going like this, and the people at the back sitting there, they're also almost getting sort of seasick. Whereas with this car, you don't get it. You feel like you're just driving a Mazda 3, but with stilts. That's basically it, or stilettos. Even when Megan, my wife, when she jumped into the car, the first thing she said was, yo, this feels like a BMW. Now that speaks for itself. Honestly, if you think about it, if she can say that, and she's been driving in a lot of cars recently with me, if she says that, then it's very close. So I really love the fact that this car, the punchy engine, the 48-volt mild hybrid battery also works well with your gear changes and everything. So when I pull away, so like let's say now for instance I'm driving 60 kilometers an hour, I'm going to put my foot down in normal mode, 1, 2, 3. It selects the gear and you disappear. And then if I put it into sport, so I'm going to put it into sport now. Oh, I love this setting in sport, looks flippin' awesome. 60, 1, 2, 3. Yes, like that's much punchier. Like then you really feel like it's actually, you can feel the initial like throttle response when you put your foot down. You feel that there's a jerk, and then all of a sudden the gear checks, and then you just shoot. So yeah, you definitely feel that in sport mode it's much more direct. We're going to go through some bendies just now, and then we will play around with it a little bit just to experience what it feels like around the bends, and then we will give it a score. But currently I'm sitting at about quite a bigger smile in terms of driving feel. So yeah, kind of feel good about it so far. We will see when we get to the twisty ends. Driver assistances as well, also very, very good. So now for instance I'm driving 70, I'm going to put my car into the corner here. See, it just pushes me back gradually. It doesn't pull me back into the lane though. It pushes me back, and then I kind of have to hold the steering wheel to keep me in the lane. Otherwise it just pushes me all the way to the side. So that is one thing where they can maybe work a little bit on, because some of the other vehicles, as soon as I go over the lane, it pushes me back and kind of pulls me back in to keep me stable and not swerve me about. So I'm going to quickly push myself in again. Wait, let's try that again. Let's see if it shouts at me. Cross traffic alert, also very, very good. It tells you about cars. There's a GT3. It tells you about cars, tells you about people coming past you. So it picks up everything around you. Even lights up a person at night when I'm driving. There's a person walking. It lights that person up so I can see exactly, hey, there's a guy walking there. So you must be very, very careful. One thing I can really say about Mazda, I think the reason they stuck with the normally aspirated engines is because of, not just because of reliability at the end of the day, but I think also because of the smoothness, because a normally aspirated engine is very, very smooth. But now with this new hybrid technologies, it actually helps a lot with these turbocharged engines, because a turbocharged engine is great, but as soon as you pull away, there's a bit of lag, and then you immediately get that full blast of power. But whereas with this car, it really almost stays as smooth as a normally aspirated engine can be. The automatic start-stop function is also very smooth. So the vehicle will start switching off long before you even realize that it's switching off. And then as soon as you pull away, you just hear this slight whoo, and then you go again. So it's not a jerky situation, or it feels like the car, you get to a standstill and then cook, and then you go again, where the vehicle starts up. It's very, very smooth. So like I'm getting here to a robot now, and we're going to start braking. And okay, I'm uphill now, so I'm not sure if it's going to switch off. Let's see. Okay, possibly won't switch off now. Let me switch off the aircon. There we go. Aircon is off, vehicle is switched off now. So I think it's obviously also because of temperature and all of that, and the aircon needs to be running. So aircon is off, check. It's a simple switch on and you go. Like, you don't even realize or feel the shake or anything. You just simply pull away at ease. And then I need to make this orange light. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we are in some twistier corners. We still have to go kind of slowish, but I'm going to put my car into sport just to get that sort of direct gear changes and more direct, I'm going to actually go into manual mode. Let's see how that works. So I'm in third gear now, so I'm going to keep my vehicle in the gear that I select, and I just want to get that nice responsiveness, of the vehicle. So going through the bends over here with this 550 newton meters of torque diesel engine, it's an absolute beaut. Like, going through these corners here, this car feels so stable, and it doesn't feel too big. So I see the gears actually go into drive mode immediately. There's no certain setting that I can set to keep it in sport or into manual mode, unless I just want to go or blast through the corners. Then I go into manual, choose my gear, and stay there for a while I'm playing around a bit. But I would have liked it to actually stick around in manual for a bit, because I like choosing my gear and staying there for quite some time. But yeah, this car feels so planted around these corners. I don't even feel like I'm driving a massive SUV, which is not a massive SUV, but it's a SUV nonetheless. I mean, look at this view as well, guys. It's absolutely spectacular. Like, it's such a blessing driving over here in a Mazda CX-60. It almost feels like it's supposed to be here, eh? Yes, check that corner that I just took there. It's a sublime vehicle to drive, honestly. I really enjoy driving this vehicle. We're going through some more twisty corners just now, and it's very jumpy in sport mode. Like, it's really so direct. As soon as I check I'm going downhill, you see, I just put my foot down and it jumps. It jumps. It's a very direct vehicle, and I really like that about this car. Yo. Yeah, that 550 newton meters of torque really packs a punch, eh? Like, honestly, this car does not play around. Going uphill, put my foot down. Doesn't even feel that it's going uphill. And you know what I like about this car, guys? You feel so confident in here. You don't even have to put your foot on the brake, because remember, if you start tapping the brakes in the corners and all of that, you start swerving around the body weight. So you really want to keep the car as stable and as straight as possible into a corner. You don't want to mess around or mess about too much in the corners and with your brake. For me, honestly, it is so much easier to drive this car, because you can literally just take your foot off the accelerator a little bit, and then you just go into the bend. And when you take the corner, the car, especially in the sport mode, it feels so planted. Like, it doesn't swerve the body a lot. It really keeps the car planted. So for an SUV, it feels like a dream. Like, you won't understand. The brakes are also nice and sharp, so the brakes are nice and sharp. When I put my foot down on the brake, it doesn't like immediately push me into the steering wheel, but you can feel that there is something happening there, and you actually do get some feedback from the wheels. Like, if I do this, I can feel something is happening on the road. I can feel if I go through a groove. So I do get a little bit of feedback, and you don't get that in a lot of cars these days. I think I'm going to give it an 8. Yeah. I actually really love the way this car handles and drives. The driving feel is a solid 8 out of 10. So now let's talk value for money. So starting at 706,000 Rand, I actually don't think that's a very bad price. I mean, this one is 1085, so 1 million, just below 1.1 million Rand, 1,085,000 Rand. And that is almost just above 50,000 Rand less than a 2-liter diesel BMW X3. So if you think about what you get in this car, it actually makes a massive difference in the price. So now you get a 3-liter or a 3.3 liter inline 6 diesel engine, where you compare that to a 2-liter diesel engine, it's difficult. And if you compare it to the Chinese market with your Omodas and all of that, where they also range from 400 to 7, 8, 900,000 Rand, I honestly feel that this is very, very good value for money. If I think about the 700,000 Rand one for the 2.5, which is not a bad price and which is not a bad engine at all. I mean, it's a 2.5 liter engine with 141 kilowatts, still more kilowatts than some of the other vehicles out there at that same price point, but just a naturally aspirated engine. Yeah, that's going to be a smoother car, a little bit heavier on fuel, but we also know that some of those brands are also quite heavy on fuel. So is it going to be worse? I don't know. I'm not too sure. I haven't driven the 2.5 as yet. But if I look at the value for money on this 3.3 liter Takumi, I would say it's definitely very, 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 very good bang for your buck, 100%. If I look at the whole range, I think the Mazda CX-60 hit it out of the park with value for money, with the craftsmanship that you get inside the vehicle, the durable qualities, the smoothness of the engine, the technology that goes into this car, the driver assistances, the safety of this vehicle. I really think they hit it out of the park. And just for that, value for money, I am going to score this baby. I'm going to give it a 9. How about that? Just because of the market out there and what else is, the variety that you get in this car, I'm going to give it a solid 9. And that's for all of them, the dynamic, the individual, and then this Takumi. Yeah, I think it is very, very good value for money. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Takumi. So there we go, guys. The Mazda CX-60 3.3 liter diesel Takumi. What an absolute beaut. So let's get to the score. So our total score comes down to 37 out of 50. That gives us a total of 74%. So that gives us a nice smile. I hope that makes sense to you guys. But we will see with all the other cars that we drive what the differences are and what the scores are. So at the end of this video, remember to pause so you can actually see the exact score that I gave it for design and style, for tech and features, the driving feel of the car, the value for money, as well as comfort and practicality. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and also hit that notification bell for notifications on new uploads. And guys, let me know what do you guys think about the smile factor, and if we should carry on with this throughout all the other videos. Have a lucky day, guys. Stay safe. Peace.